Hi everyone, we're live. This is Maureen Kamari of Amari Baking Center and Ellie Kamari.
Hi guys.
Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we have an exciting tutorial. I'm so excited about this. Somebody some time back asked me if I could do a forest cake decoration. So today I'll be showing you 2 ways of decorating a white forest cake. So how cool is that? As you join me, say hi, where you're from, love bubbles, likes, or love bubbles really. So just an update. When people post on this cake, we're going to be giving prices, but the update I actually wanted to tell you is we're having a sale on our e-booklet, all the recipe e-booklets, until Sunday. If you buy any of them, it's going to be 100 shillings. So make sure you buy. I'll leave a link when we repost this video so you can buy. So any of them, 100 shillings, the ebook, PDF, unprintable. We have printed ones. If you want, you can ask about it. Okay? Also,
Naomi Kago says hello.
Hi, Naomi. Hi. Thanks for joining me, Naomi. Always so much fun. She's awesome. She's a baker. Alice Cakes and Bakes. Awesome. So what we're going to be needing today are so many things. So I'm going to explain what I use, what you need before I get started. Okay? And I've pre-done some things just to make life very easy for you. So the first thing you need is a white sponge cake. And we have a recipe in our sponge cake recipe booklet, so you can get that. You need a white sponge. What I did with this one is I made a half kg and into different pans, but you can just do a 1 kg or a half kg and you'll be good. So I have a white sponge here. I hope you can see it. Really nice and spongy right there. Just a small one so we can see what's happening. So White Forest needs a white sponge cake. Then we need some cream frosting. Today I'm using non-dairy cream topping. This is Purato's Way Pack. You can use Pristine, you can use Ambiente, whichever works for you. Really nice and fluffy. But originally, to be honest, you're actually supposed to be using fresh cream frosting. That's when you take fresh cream, whip it, add some icing sugar, little vanilla essence, and use it. But sometimes it tends to be really unstable. It might curdle. So to be on the safe side, I like using non-dairy topping. But you can also use fresh cream topping.
Naomi Kago says Eid Mubarak.
Yes, Eid Mubarak to you too. Thanks.
Lois Wamboy says hello.
Hi Lois. Hope everybody's enjoying Eid. Alright. Now, sponge cake. Cream frosting. Then we need your choice of either cherries. These are just red cherries that I bought from a supermarket, like the real fresh ones. But you know, if you only have the glacé ones, the ones you buy from cake supply shops like Topsar, those are okay too, okay? Then you can also use strawberries. So that's what I have here, little strawberries, some slices over there. So basically we have cherries and strawberries. The other thing you need is white chocolate itself. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to do shavings. So I have a little block of white compound chocolate. So you can just get white compound chocolate. If you're doing black forest, it'll be dark compound chocolate.
Mariam says hello. She says Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you too, Mariam. Thank you for joining me as always. Hope you're doing well. And then I have a different kind of white chocolate that I'm going to tell you what I did. But basically it's melted white chocolate. And it's just going to be a different way of decorating your white forest cake. So I'll be explaining that in a bit. There we go. Last thing we need is some syrup. Okay, now I'm going to explain that we can do different syrups. But for today, I just have like some cherry syrup that I got from the cherries that I bought. Okay, but I'll explain to you the different ways that we can actually be able to do that. Okay, so anyone else joining us? Say hi. Now, I'm going to start this process. So first, we need a sponge cake. Sponge cakes are great. You can make them on the same day, wait like an hour, and they're already cool. So that's why I love White Forest. You can actually make everything on the same day. And I would suggest doing the same so that your sponge doesn't dry out. But you can wrap it up in cling film a lot, and you know, it'll stay nice and moist. So this cake, White Scholar Forest Cake, is really the assembly. It's not really the cake, but you do need to use a sponge cake. By the way, we posted a post on our blog about types of sponges. In this one, we use a biscuit, so I'll be leaving a link on the type of sponge cake that I've used. There's like 4 main types. But now we need to tort it. If you remember from a previous live, torting is when we cut our cake into different pieces. So right here, I've torted it into 3 different pieces. And then you'll notice on the side, because I want to remember exactly how I placed it, I put my little toothpicks there, just so that I don't forget when I undo my little cake. Okay, so you get your sponge cake, tort it into two. The bigger it is, by the way, the more torts you want, like maybe 3 torts, 3 layers or 4 layers, that kind of thing. So now, first step, cut that sucker into like different layers. Second step,
Halima says hello.
hi Halima, how are you?
Beatrice and Purity.
Hi Purity and Beatrice. Thanks for joining me, guys. So exciting. Now, get your sponge cake, cut it into different pieces. We call this torting. Today I want 3 layers for each sponge cake. Okay, so that's what I have. So what we're gonna do is we're going to wet the sponges. So wetting, I mean like this. I hope you can see this. I have pre-wetted one already. Our sponge cakes tend to be a little bit dry, so we tend to put a little bit of syrup in there just so that it gets a little bit wet, just to keep it moist a bit. Okay, so now just to show you what I did with that, you can use a spoon, but a brush tends to work well. Because I put my toothpicks, I won't lose track of which layer goes where. So I just undo this, because I have to wet each layer. Each layer has to get a little bit of liquid, so that when yourself or your customer bites into that cake, they don't feel it's dry in some parts and wet in some parts. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I just kind of brush on this syrup of mine clearly in each space. Okay, now with the syrup, you can either boil some sugar and water, chop some cherries or strawberries, whichever you're using, and boil it. Then after that, simmer it until it becomes like a syrup. Let it cool, use. That's it. If you have bought some cherries like I did, they come with some syrup in them. You can use that instead. All right, so you can just get creative. And I like using cherry syrup because it matches the flavor of whatever I'm baking. And since this is a forest cake, you should use cherries or strawberries. I want my syrup to be cherry syrup or strawberry syrup. So that's how we wet this cake. Every layer, not too much water. Just kind of use your discretion, but don't put too much. Not too much syrup, but not too little. Okay, so there it is. I have wetted it, ready to go. Next step, I need to now get a piping bag. 1 minute, Ellie, to show you those layers. Sorry, I forgot. Alright, so wet the cake. Anyone joining us as I'm getting my little piping bag?
Maureen Cohagen says hello, little Maureen.
Maureen,
my namesake.
Oh my god!
Friend from BK. So awesome to see you and hear you. Miss you so much. Oh my god, Maureen!
Maureen! Oh my god, we go way back. Way back with Maureen. Oh my god. We used to work with each other like 10 years ago. She was Big Mo, I was Little Mo. Thanks for joining me. It's so nice to hear from you. Oh my goodness.
So insane.
Ellie says hi too.
Hi!
Thanks. Alright, guys, still continuing with this. So, I want to start putting fruits in between my cake, okay? So, if you put fruits directly and you don't put some kind of border around, your fruits will start oozing out. So we do what we call creating a dam. That means I draw a line of frosting around the edge of the cake. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna start with this one. It's gonna draw this sort of just nothing fancy, just a line. So we call this creating a dam. All right. Now when I create my dam, then I'm able to put my fruit filling in there. And in this case, I'm gonna be using some strawberries. Okay, so I'm going to put just a small layer of strawberries in there. All right. Now, if you have many layers, you can choose to do 1 layer fruit, 1 layer cream, 1 layer fruit, cream. I like mixing it up. So I put the fruit and then I put some cream. All right, so that every time you take a slice or you bite that into that, you get some fruit. All right, so that's how you do that. And then I bring this back. So I press a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to place this on top of this. So once again, I create my dam like so. And then put my fruit in here.
Beryl says hi.
Hi, Beryl. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. Ellie said hi also. Beryl's a baker also. Okay, so you put your fruit. Then once again, right, I fill my cream. Like I said, you do not have to do this. You can have each layer of yours having cream, the other layer having fruit. Now, because I want to put this way, I'm gonna take this and place it on top like this and align it nicely. So sometimes you have to kind of align it, press it down so that it looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna be using a different board, so I'll place this here just for that 1 minute. I put a little bit of frosting on my board so that my cake will be able to hold. And then take my little torte, place it in the middle. Okay? And then please remove the toothpicks. You do not want to feed your family, your friends, or your client little wooden sticks. So get rid of them. Okay. Now that's the first step. We have torted this cake. We've cut it in half. We've made sure each layer has some syrup. We've put fruit. We've put cream in there. Now I just need to decorate all around this with some cream. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a minute and just decorate the top and the sides. Anyone else joining us, saying hi?
Chipchumba says hi.
Hi, Chipchumba.
Jufena says hi.
Jufena! I was wondering where you were.
Mudhoni Gishia.
Hi, Mudhoni. Thank you for joining us.
And Beatrice Atieno.
Hi, Beatrice. Goodness, you ladies, I like hanging with you. So glad you're joining me. So I'm just basically, I've torted my cake, filled it with fruit, filled it with some cream frosting. Today I'm using non-dairy topping Purato sweet pack. You can use Pristine or Ambiente. Now after doing all that stuff in between my cake, I have decided now I'm coming to the end, which is decorating this cake with some cream frosting. Now with this, I'm not so particular on like smoothness so much because I will be covering this cake with some chocolate. So I'm not telling you you should not have smooth sides, you should. But you know, when we're doing a forest cake, we're not too worried about it. So basically I've covered everywhere. So now I can just kind of go smoothing everywhere. Like so.
Mudhoni Gidua says hi, Maureen and Ellie.
Hi, Mudhoni. Thank you for joining us. We get so excited. Hope you're enjoying your Eid Mubarak. Alright, so frosting this all around. So by the way, note, when I started this cake, it didn't have this much height. But the great thing about forest cakes or sponges, once you start filling them, they get so much height, which is just so awesome. So yeah. So like I said, not too obsessed about perfection today. Alright. Alright, let me get this side over here. Alright ladies, feel free to comment on anything as I'm doing this. It's rather quiet today, isn't it?
Crickets are going like...
Now Mikako, how do I have crickets when you're around? Can you talk and barrel? What are you guys up to? By the way, Cake Festival is tomorrow, so... Who's going? Unfortunately, we will not be there. However, we're so excited. We'll have Amari students there. Like, Tunu Bakeries will be there. Yes, Mamushka. Tunu Bakeries will be featuring. Please make sure you go taste her cakes. They're amazing.
And cookies.
And cookies. She has awesome cookies. Gluten-free, lactation. Amazing stuff. We're really proud of her. So, make sure you go see her. And other bakers. It's always fun to go see what other people are up to. So, okay. So, we've decorated this part of the cake, and I just kind of like to wipe it off so it ends up looking really nice over here on the board. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is the decoration with the chocolate shards. So this chocolates I'd shown you earlier, this is them. Okay, what you do is you take some chocolate and you melt it in a double boiler. And then when it's completely melted, you pour it like into a rectangle like this. When it's semi-solid, it dries, but it hasn't dried completely. You come with a knife and you cut like sort of irregular shapes. This doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want, you can do perfect shapes like so. And then you let it dry completely. So the good thing about that is when I'm done with that, I'm just gonna come and peel them off. So I'm gonna peel them off, and you see how they break off into little pieces? We call them chocolate shards because, you know, there's literally shards of chocolates. That's it, they come out so easy. So you can get really creative with this. You can do like white chocolate and dark chocolate. You can do like, you know, different shapes. You can cut out hearts. You have to be careful with the chocolate, but anything is possible, people. Anything is possible. Now the great thing about this is, all I have to do is come with this and just kind of stick it on my cake like that. Because it's cream, it tends to just stick so easily. Okay? And I can vary. I don't have to put them next to each other in this particular case. That's not what I'm going for. But if you want to, you can put them next to each other. You know, just have a few on each side. And if you want to have many, just kind of, you know, make more chocolate so that you can have more shards. Okay, and then when you cut them, make sure it's like the size of the cake. That's what I did. So that's why most of them are fitting really nicely. I made sure it's basically the size of my cake, the height of my cake. All right, maybe I can add like, feel free to play around with your deco. So I'm just gonna play around with it like that. And don't leave anything out. Don't feel like, you know, we can get all contemporary with this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Art. It's art, you know what I'm saying? It's true, baking is art. Don't you agree, bakers? Can I get some yeses there for those who think baking is art? Love bubbles. Some activity would be good. I will appreciate it. Thank you.
Baking is art.
Yes, baking is art. I know all of us are artists somehow. We sculpt these things. You know what I mean? We paint some of them. So yeah, I've just basically gone around and placed my cake everywhere. So now, how do I finish this? With some cream frosting. So the other part of a White Forest, yes?
Maureen Cohagen says, when you're coming back to visit.
I will see when I'll come back. I'm loving it here for now. Big Mo in the house. Thank you for featuring. We miss you. Hope you're having fun there. Okay. So, White Forest consists of cream frosting, filling the cake, fruit, so I'll have some strawberries, chocolate, which I have now. Okay? So I'm going to finish off with some slices of strawberry over here. And I'm just going to place them, you know, get creative and artistic. I hope I got some bakers there saying yes.
Beryl says baking is art.
Oh my God, yes, Beryl. I know you feel me on that.
She just sculpted a, what was it, a corset?
I know. By the way, Beryl does amazing custom cakes, so she knows all about baking being art.
Incredible cakes.
Incredible cakes in the house. All right, so that's how you decorate that, right? And if you want, you can add some little chocolates in between. You don't have to. But, you know, feel free to just like baking is art continue. Can I get some hashtag baking is art going over here? Even if it's later, for those who will repost, watch a repost. Because, you know, people joining me now are not doing a whole lot of that. Beryl, can I get a hashtag baking
well, she wrote baking is art already. She's awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome like that. Thank you. Anybody else feeling like joining Beryl? I'll be so happy. Any questions on White Forest? Any troubleshooting people have with? Let me know. Should we make the other one? I think we're good. We got the hang of that, right? I'm going to do this other one really, really quick just to show you really fast as you're taking a look at this beautiful strawberry one. Okay, I just kind of wanted to recap and get a whole bunch. I've already actually filled this one, okay? Not filled. What have I done with it?
Torted.
I have torted it. Oh my God, Ellie's learning baking things. Beryl, can I get some love bubbles on that?
I'm still going to be baking soon. Trufano says baking is art. And Trufano says it's beautiful.
Thank you very much, Trufano.
Naomi says that looks yum.
Thank you, Naomi. I was wondering where you went.
Masian Buka says still waiting for the fondant book.
Oh, Masi, still working on it. It takes some time. And you know, we like to triple test. By the way, when we tell you triple tested, it means I've tested like 10 times.
More like the family has tested all those things.
There's also that aspect of it. So until it's tested and it's perfect. No, thank you. But trust me, it's because I'm working on it. I know that a lot of people are asking for decoration books, and I'll make sure we do them. So we like to do them, and when they're perfect, and we know you're going to try it out and you're going to love it, that's when we make sure it's available. But thank you, Masi. Masi has like all the books. She's awesome. Awesome bakerette. All right, so real quick, I'll go through it. I like showing that you can do White Forest with both strawberries and cherries. You know what I'm saying? So feel free. Do not be restricted. Even though originally a forest cake actually had dark cherries on it. So there are my cherries. Like I told you, you can do every layer fruit, every layer cream. I just love doing this because I like every section to have something. I like, you know, people tasting some fruit and some cream. So just place it on top. Once again, create this dam. Like I said, create a dam. Oops. Create a dam. And put our cherries. Put our cherries. So please note that, you know, the more or the bigger the cake. What?
Beryl's like, will Ellie be baking soon?
No, probably not. Don't hold your breath, Beryl.
Then Naomi says I'm at this far corner just taking notes.
Thank you, awesome Naomi, who's really awesome too. Al's Cakes and Bakes. Check her out on Instagram and Facebook. She's awesome.
Beryl, I'm happy just eating them.
I know, she bakes only once in a while, not often. And it has to be like, I don't know, some special occasion. I don't know what has happened. Yeah, because usually I don't let her. I'm the one baking. Anyway, so I've created a dam. Removed my toothpicks. I don't want to feed people toothpicks. Ellie would make a big fuss about them. I am like briefly frosting this really nicely. Just get your... Remember I said you can use non-dairy, which is usually stable and so much easier to use. Just chill it a little bit, whip it, and it's good to go. However, you can use fresh cream. There's people who prefer it, so you might get clients asking for fresh cream. And all you do is just kind of whip that double cream or whipping cream. Add some icing sugar to it, maybe a little bit of flavor, and you're good to go.
Rosanna Colaco says,
Rosanna.
Hey, Mama.
Hi! Thank you for joining me. Been so quiet. At least this time you made it for the thing. Now we just need Rupa to show up. I don't know where she is. Anyway, so frosting everywhere. I'm going to make this quick just so that we get our second version of White Forest with the cherries. By the way, the original one was actually a black German forest, where they use dark cherries. Oops, am I ruining my white chocolate and you're not telling me, Ellie? Oh my goodness. Let me move this a little bit to the side. Sorry. Okay.
Dark cherries.
So, dark cherries were used. Lots of chocolate. That's why it was called a black forest, because it was like a forest of cake. Of chocolate. And cherry syrup also featured. So as long as you have cherry syrup, you have a sponge cake, and cherries and chocolate. That's what makes a forest cake, okay? So it's just a sponge with all those things. Then what happened is that people just kind of started doing their own versions. Then the White Forest was born from the dark chocolate. People were like, okay, we can try it out with white chocolate, and it just kind of was born. So yeah. So once you do that, the other way you can do this, once you have your block of chocolate, just kind of use like a serrated knife like this one, and it makes tiny little, what do you call them? Shavings of chocolate, okay? Just if you have a simple thing going.
So Trifana says your cakes look so balanced even after torching and filling.
Yes.
Goals.
Yes. Thank you.
Masi Ampuka says, I normally admire your energy.
Oh, thanks.
Super confident. Woo. Great job. Keep it up. I'm learning a lot.
Oh my God, Masi, thank you so much. Baker,
then,
like you keep me going. Yes.
Mangui Jacqueline says, hello ladies, that looks yummy.
Awesome.
Joining in from faraway land.
Awesome. Tell us where faraway land is.
Like Neverland.
I know, right? All right, so you can use a serrated knife, and you can also use a regular knife like this. It also does some pretty awesome shavings. Tends to be messy, by the way, guys. I'm sure you bakers know what I'm talking about. However, if you look at them, if Ellie can kind of come close and see them, they look super, super cool. So you don't always have to do shards. You can do this shavings if you're in a hurry. You can also do the shards I just showed you. And of course, last week, or is it last week but one, I did some chocolate cages. So you can also do a chocolate cage. So Black Forest is just you getting really creative on how you want to do your chocolates. All right, guys. Yeah, so basically this is it. So, I mean, the work, it's lots of work because of assembly, to be honest, and also in the technique. However, once you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Make it your own signature recipe. So, all right, so I'll fill these extra holes I have over here with some frosting. All right, now to finish this off, I want to put some cherries on top. By the way, when you're piping this on top of chocolate, be careful because sometimes it won't stick and it'll move. So just a little tip. Okay, there we go. Like so, if anybody just saw that. Okay, so I place my cherries on top right here. And like I said, you can use these fresh ones. You can use the glacé ones that you get from cake supply shops that they sell. Make sure that you get the really nice ones that are not too broken. Now, I've ran out of red, but I wanted to show you guys that there's another type of cherry in the market, the dark ones I was talking about. Those are really dark chocolate. I'm gonna move this a little bit. And I'm gonna put it in the middle, actually. I've decided. So, I love them. They're so sweet. If you go to the supermarket, I believe they're called Amaretto Cherries. They are so delicious, by the way. Anyone who goes to Chandarana or like Healthy Use or places like those, my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful Amaretto cherries. These ones we were using, the red ones or the ones you buy from cake supply shops are called, what are they called? Maraschino cherries, okay? They're very red. They tend to be a little bit tangy. They're sweet, but they're tangy. Amaretto, really, really good. I eat them by themselves, by the way. Yes. So, I'll finish this off with a little border. Air bubbles. Make sure you don't have any, like I do. I was kind of like, you know, going crazy on this.
Suhaila Aiden says, hello guys, love your energy. I love your baking.
Awesome. We love you
Sorry,
too.
I love baking. Hope to add more skills. Sorry.
Awesome. Yes, no problem. Add more skills. Watch these tutorials. And by the way, guys, you can add lots of skills through a lot of our channels. As Ellie's showing you that. We're done with that. You know, we do these tutorials. We have a blog, amaribakery.com. Lots of stuff we share there. We have a YouTube channel now. We've had it for like a year, but we're really posting a lot now. Any of these tutorials, we post them. We also post other stuff. So please make sure you keep learning because we love when you're learning.
Rafana says, I love always wanted to know how to do the shavings.
Okay.
Naomi Kago says, that happens to me, the moving of the
I know, right?
frosted that follows me after piping.
I know. Naomi, you know what I do with those? I eat them.
And then Rosanna Kalaka says, can you send it to me by courier now?
The book? This cake? No, Rosanna, you have to come to me so that we can eat this cake together. Do you think this cake is leaving this premise right now? I don't think so. It's going to be eaten soon. However, now, guys, so I've shown you how to do that, right? Sponge cake, if you want, if you don't have it already, or if you don't have your own awesome sponge cake recipe, I have the booklet. It's on sale till Sunday, 100 shillings. Get it to me, leave a comment, I will share the information. Now, sponge cake, fill it with fruit. Your fruit options are strawberries or cherries. Please, ladies and gentlemen, bakers and bakerettes, let's keep it to cherries that are red and strawberries that are red. I see other types of Black Forest. Please don't do that, okay? So fill it with cream frosting and these two types of fruits. Then do chocolate shavings. You can do these chocolate shavings that we just did right now. Awesome. And we can do chocolate shards. Let's feature these little two suckers over here. Like so. So you have those two options, please, okay? And that's how you do the White Forest. Thank you guys for joining me. Now, my little competition for this week is this. any one of you until next week Friday, or at least Thursday next week, posts their own forest cake. Make sure people like it. The one with the most likes gets a present.
Yay!
Yay! And it's so exciting. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's cool as hell. So please,
a cool present to
a
come.
cool present, guys. So get to making those White Forest. I know if you're bakers, I know you'll make at one point. So please make those sponge cakes, fill them, and a bonus goes to anybody who cuts that cake like I'm about to do right now and shows me how it looks inside. So before I go, I'll slice these cakes and you can watch me eat them.
Now
Okay.
Now we say that makes two of us on eating that.
Yes, the thing, right? Yeah, I know.
And then
Now
Rosanna says, try coconut, pineapple, and chocolate.
Definitely we'll try that. Thank you so much for sharing those awesome tips. So maybe we can start with this just so that we see the inside of it. I want you guys to take a look. So when we cut that, I don't know, I hope you guys can see it. Right? Should I put it on a plate or just move it a little bit? Put it on a plate.
Put it on a plate.
Look at that. Beautiful. Cherries inside. Cream inside. There we go. Right? People would love to have a taste of that. Okay. So let me show you the other one. So this is the one I filled with strawberries. Let's take a cut of that. Okay, of course you have to be careful when you have these chocolates around. I hope you guys can see this. Alright. And you can eat these little chocolates because I'm about to eat this one. Naomi, I know you feel me. Here we go. How many love bubbles for that? I better be getting tons of love bubbles on this and likes. Guys, show me some love. Love
Lots
bubbles.
of love. Yay!
Thank you so much. I love hanging out with you guys. I'm glad we can be of any help to you. Make sure if you want us to cover something, just put it on there on the comments. Anything about decoration that can take 20 minutes, we'll do the best we can. Thank you for joining us. We'll leave the links. Have fun. Enjoy the weekend. I love you guys. Bye.